Meanwhile, with houses of worship and restaurants beginning to reopen, the focus now shifts to gyms. Governor Gavin Newsom says we could see guidelines in a week or so. During a virtual roundtable Wednesday, Newsom discussed reopening the fitness industry amid the COVID-19 pandemic. He discussed the complexities of the fitness industry and said they want to make sure the guidelines they set forth meet the unique criteria and considerations. Those who participated shared their thoughts on reopening and what could be done to help their business and the economy. Many of the participants said they're willing to make changes in order to comply with state guidelines. Well, all Sequoia Sandwich Company locations have reopened for regular business hours, offering dine-in and curbside pickup. Online ordering and walk-ins for takeout will continue. Delivery options will remain the same with third-party companies such as Grubhub and DoorDash. The downtown Bakersfield Quick Cafe remains open with no changes, and patio dining is now available. For more on Sequoia reopening, you can head to our website, turnto23.com. And of course, we have a new section on our website right now called We're Open Again. Make sure you head there to find out all of the businesses and restaurants that have reopened around Kern County. Of course, just head to our website, turnto23.com. We'll take a live look outside at downtown Bakersfield at this hour. I'm assuming, I haven't been out in a couple hours, that it's probably still pretty warm outside since we saw some triple-digit heat today. 23 ABC's Imani Stevens tracking our forecast for the rest of the week. Hey, Imani.
Hey Jess, it's still very warm out there. We're still seeing those triple digits here in the valley, and tomorrow we're expecting them to kind of stick around too, but cooler temperatures are on the way. As the pattern will change, we'll see much cooler temperatures as a storm system is expected to pass through Northern California. But currently we're looking at 104, like I said, in Bakersfield and Lamont, 98 currently in California City, 105 in Ridgecrest, and 101 currently in Arbin. Here's a look at our future temperatures. We are going to mainly stay in those triple digits for tomorrow a little bit, but they will cool down significantly as that storm system is expected to pass through Northern California, bringing much cooler temperatures back to Kern County. We also have the possibility of a slight chance for showers early next week, but for now we're just going to enjoy this dry weather as it will maintain mainly this weekend. Taking a look at temperature change, we're seeing 1 degree warmer in Bakersfield, 4 degrees warmer in Ridgecrest, 4 degrees warmer as well in California City. Tomorrow's air quality will be in the moderate range with an AQI of 90. And here's a look at your 9-day forecast. Mainly tomorrow we're looking at a high of 99. We could possibly reach 100 degrees, but by the weekend we'll cool back down to those 80s. It'll be much cooler and we'll stick around there a little bit until early mid next week. We can look at 90-degree heat returning back to Kern County, but hopefully it's not those triple digits again, but I'll have more details on that coming up.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi leading the House of Representatives in a moment of silence in memory of the more than 100,000 Americans who have lost their lives to COVID-19.
The chair will ask all members in the chamber, as well as members and staff throughout the Capitol, and members wherever you are, to rise for a moment of silence in remembrance of over 100,000 Americans who have passed away from the COVID-19 virus.
COVID-19 has killed more Americans than the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam combined. The nation's death toll surpassed 100,000 people Wednesday night. The U.S. recorded its first death from COVID-19 less than 4 months ago on February 6th. Since then, an average of almost 900 Americans lose their battle with the virus every day. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at social media companies. This coming 2 days after Twitter issued a fact check on 2 misleading tweets authored by the president. The president tweeted today, "This will be a big day for social media and fairness." The executive order by the Trump administration seeks to curtail the power of large social media platforms by trying to reinterpret a critical 1996 law that shields websites and tech companies from lawsuits. Listening to the right kind of music during a long workout may make exercise more effective, according to a new study. Mandy Gaither has more in today's Health Minute.
Listening to high-tempo music during a long workout may help you exercise harder, according to research published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology. The study looked at 19 active women who exercised for endurance and for intensity without music, then with music at tempos ranging from low to medium to high. During each trial, the heart rate was assessed along with the rate of perceived exertion, which is how hard you feel your body is working. High-tempo music had the greatest effect on the rate of perceived exertion in each participant during endurance exercises like running and biking, as opposed to high-intensity exercise like weightlifting. Researchers say this study shows the benefits of music under stressful conditions, especially during endurance training. Therefore, they say music may be considered an important tool to stimulate people engaging in low-intensity physical exercise. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And 23 ABC is continuing to celebrate local students with our Congrats to Grad segment. This is Olivia Jameson from BHS, and her family says, "We are so proud of you and the young lady you've become. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments." Congrats to you, Olivia, and to the rest of the class of 2020. You're watching 23 ABC News at 7. We'll be right back. New employment numbers released today shows more than 40 million Americans filing for unemployment benefits since March. Experts are now predicting many of these people will not easily get their jobs back, even though some businesses are slowly reopening. ABC's Doreen Shaw has the story.
Unemployment numbers continuing upward trends. More than 2 million workers applying for unemployment last week, bringing the total to 40 million since the start of March. That number equals to the population of California, now out of work.
It's been very frustrating. Out of my household, there's 7 of us here. 3 of us have been laid off, and there's only 2 adults working.
The struggle expected to get worse. More layoffs are expected due to the decreasing travel. American Airlines saying they will lay off 30% of their management and administrative staff. Boeing is moving forward to cut 10% of their workforce. Amtrak saying it will cut 20% of their workforce. The University of Chicago's Becker-Friedman Institute predicting 40% of jobs lost won't come back. However, many businesses are slowly reopening. Disney, ABC's parent company, revealing plans for a phased Disney World reopening on July 11th.
In order to go to full speed, you got to start somewhere, and we're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to be very responsible in doing that.
The country's largest shopping mall, Mall of America in Minnesota, slated to open next week with social distancing in place.
The state of Minnesota is requiring us to be at 50% capacity, and by us reducing our parking capacity by 50% actually reduces the overall visitor capacity to about 35%.
The big question, if the strategy will be enough to jumpstart the economy.
We've had to postpone paying bills. Our mortgage is 2 months late. It's either we eat or we pay a bill. So that's where we're at right now.
House Democrats passed a $3 trillion rescue package extending the $600 per week financial backstop for workers until January. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the next coronavirus relief bill will not extend those benefits. Doreen Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Turning now to consumer news, Boeing is now laying out more of its plans to cut its workforce. The plane maker now says it will cut about 12,000 jobs in the U.S. Those cuts include nearly 10,000 in the state of Washington alone. No planes were ordered in April, the second month this year that has happened, and airlines canceled more than 100 orders for the still grounded 737 MAX. A first-of-its-kind recovery center is coming to East Bakersfield. According to Kern Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, the new facility will be a sobering center for the community. The program will offer a place to rest, snacks to eat, along with peer support in order for someone to sober up before making any reckless choices. The center wants to stress that this is not a residential facility. It is simply a place for residents to sober up before going home or taking the next step of going to a psychiatric or substance abuse center. The center is free of charge and can help up to 10 residents at a time. A ribbon cutting ceremony is set for tomorrow. Well, let's take a live look outside at downtown Bakersfield at this hour. The sun finally starting to set and hopefully starting to cool us off just a little bit. 23 ABC's Imani Stevens joining us now with a look at our forecast. Hey, Imani.
Hey Jess, for this evening we're slightly cooler, but triple-digit heat is still likely for tomorrow. Today we saw again that triple-digit heat all across the valley and desert areas. As this is only day 3 of the first heat wave of 2020, we're still expecting, like I said, a triple-digit heat again for tomorrow. But the good news is a cooling trend is on its way. It's going to start on Friday, bringing much cooler temperatures back to Kern County. And with that, we are also monitoring some gusty winds in our desert communities starting tomorrow afternoon through the evening. But taking a look at the radar and satellite right now, Dry conditions mainly as high pressure continues to build, bringing warmer weather here to Kern County, but that's going to change when that storm system moves through Northern California, bringing much cooler temperatures back to Kern County. Currently, we're looking at 102 in Bakersfield, 83 in Pine Mountain Club, 97 currently in California City, and 104 in Ridgecrest. But clear skies are expected for tonight, as our lows will be mainly in the mid 60s to low 70s. For tonight, we're looking at a low of 73 in Bakersfield, a low of 65 in California City, and a low of 54 in Fraser Park. Tomorrow's highs, we're still looking at just a little bit. One triple digit, 101 is expected for Bakersfield's high, 97 in McFarland, Delano, and Buttonwillow. We're looking at 96 for the high in Ridgecrest, 83 in Lebec, and 85 in Tehachapi. So we're not seeing widespread triple digit heat, but definitely it's still there, especially in Bakersfield. But temperatures will cool down on Saturday. We're looking at a high of 87 for Saturday and Sunday. You do see a slight chance for showers starting on Tuesday, but that's a very slight chance as we are only expecting rain in northern parts of the county. But again, for tomorrow, still pretty warm out there, even in our mountain communities. Kern River Valley are looking at a high of 96. Tehachapi will have a high of 85, and Fraser Park a high of 80. But this warm weather is not going to stick around, at least for this weekend, but it is expected to return by mid next week to the end of next week. So just make it through the end of this week, get to the weekend, and you can do some more outdoor activities, as it will be much cooler than it has been all week long.
All right, we're hanging on, Imani. Still to come, part 2 of our 23 ABC special. Hear what one football coach says about the possibility of playing a revised season. You're watching 23 ABC News at 7. We'll be right back. Sports fans in Kern County certainly want a 2020 high school football season, and if they get one, it may look different than it has in years past because of COVID-19. 23 ABC sports reporter Matt Lively spoke with Highland High's head coach about playing with a revised season format that could include no fans and less games.
There's one hypothetical I want to throw at you because it's something I've heard from a couple different coaches, and it would be you start the season in league play. So you would skip your non-league games, and there might not even be state playoffs. Is that something where you're excited just because there's a guarantee you're going to get back on the field, or you would really miss those non-league games that are important for your guys to get in?
I think it's kind of there's pros and cons to that whole situation. I have heard that too. I think the con would be obviously you're missing games. You're